everyone. It's Friday. It is the first Friday of October. Cannot believe we're in October already. I can see people coming through. If you can let me know in the chat box that you can hear me loud and clear. Let's do our sound check first of all. Morning, Stephen. Hopefully the sound's all good and everyone can hear me. Great. Right. Welcome and good morning to At Home with Hayley. I am, of course, Hayley Andrews. I am the founder of Your Freedom Empire, and I'm a property investor developer and have been in the industry for over a couple of decades. So a long time, which is why I'm grey and have had to go from a brunette to a blonde. Is it true blondes do have more fun? I'm not entirely sure. Might have to test that one out. But good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is, of course, At Home with Hayley, where we talk all things property. We are the first Friday of every month at 9 o'clock UK time. And the recordings of these sessions will go onto our YouTube channel, which is Your Freedom Empire. If you are not subscribed, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that when we put material out, of which we do, you will get notified and be the first to watch. Of course, we would always encourage you to be live on the show. It is interactive. You can ask questions. All questions within the chat box are private, of course we will go through and answer those questions at the end. The order of today is you have me. I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. It has been a whirlwind of a couple of months. I do apologise that I've had to cancel the show for the last couple of months, but I do have a very exciting update for you today. I'll also be taking you through other things that we are doing within Your Freedom Empire, but also me as well, and some things that you can get involved in. So I can see that everyone is coming through now. That's fantastic. Let us know. Some of you are saying hi within the chat box as well. Thank you very much. Good morning. Also, we are actually at 568 people, which is fantastic. I'm not sure how many years we've been going now. I think it's about 3, but we are on episode 66 and still going strong. As long as you guys are watching, we'll still keep tying up, and as long as you see value in what we do, that's all that we want. So pop in the chat box where you're dialing in from. We are across, I say 18 different countries, but I think that's actually jumped now. We're across various different countries and people tune in from all over the world, which is fantastic. Right, so I'm now going to jump on and go through my slides. Any questions, as I said, do let me know in the chat box. I'm going to go through some updates with you, what we're getting up to this week and throughout the month. And then I'm going to jump on to this week's market update and what's going on here in the world of property in the UK. So, any Grand Designs fans on the call this morning? Let me know if you're a Grand Designs fan. I think everybody's a Grand Design fan, aren't they, really? Grand Designs, location, and what's the other one? I should know this one. Homes Under the Hammer, that's it. And of course, Property Elevator, naturally. But those are the shows that we've kind of grown up with. And I'm absolutely delighted that I will be, as soon as I finish with you guys this morning, heading over to the NEC to do a panel with the lovely John Howard, who is the founder of Property Elevator show and one of the angels on the show as well, and the lovely Peter Hunt, who is a financial advisor, but also partners within Moneywatch Finance as well. He's a fantastic guy, really super knowledgeable. It's going to be a fantastic event. If you would like to attend, I think tickets are around £7, and the event has been running since Wednesday this week, and the last day is tomorrow. So we are on a panel at midday where we're going to be actually talking about our journey so far, but also what we're focusing on, what challenges are here right now within the UK property market, and really everything that's in between that. So I'm sure there's a few awkward questions that will be asked from Peter, and I'm sure I'll be able to answer them, but there might be a few embarrassing moments and a few mistakes that we have to share as well as part of that panel discussion. But very much looking forward to it. We are at the NEC in Birmingham at midday today. So if you want to pop along, feel free. And definitely come and say hi. So Tracy in the chat box is saying, I love Britain's Empty Homes. I don't think I've watched that one. I mean, I haven't watched TV for a really long time, which is bad, really, isn't it? But no, I think I'll check that one out, Tracy. Thank you for that. So for those of you that are regulars, which I can see that many of you are, we have put together a one-day event. Now, the original event was on the 14th of October, but due to availability, we've had to actually push this out now to November. So on the Saturday, the 18th, is the VIP ticket holders, where we will all be going out for dinner, and you have speed dating with the angel investors, and you sit down to dinner with them and spend the evening with them. Then on the 19th, which is the Sunday, we will have a one-day conference where we'll all be doing keynote speeches about various different topics, and really taking you through what a good deal looks like, what a pack needs to have, how to access finance and funding, and everything else in between. We all bring something different to the table. It's going to be a phenomenal one-day event. It is exclusive, and the tickets are really super reasonable price. As we have pushed it out to November, this early bird has actually now been extended. So for those of you that reached out to say, could you get access to the early bird, and it had expired, we've actually, because we have pushed the event out, we have opened that early bird ticket back up, and you can still book your VIP places and also the conference as well. So the VIP early bird ticket is £297, and that includes the VIP evening, your meal, and then of course lunch, etc., and refreshments throughout the conference day, and all of the talks that will be on that day as well. Your early bird standard ticket is everything that I've just said, other than the VIP evening meal the night before. Okay, so if you are interested and you want to obviously be around industry experts, it's a great networking event. There will be lots of people sponsoring the show as well. It is bringing the best of the TV show to this one-day event, and lots of guest speakers as well as all of the angels. You can pop along to our website, which is propertyelevator.tv, and you can select the live one-day conference event through that website, or you can scan the QR code on screen now. It would be great to see you there. It'd be great to see some of our Your Freedom Empire mentees and trainees attend this event, and really get a good, valuable day out of so much industry experts, decades and decades of experience within the room. So yes, pop along. Any questions, let me know. You all have my email address, or you can pop emails across to Your Freedom Empire, and I'll jump onto that as well. So that would be admin@yourfreedomempire.co.uk, and that team will be able to help you also. So, Property Elevator Series 6. So I say I don't watch TV, but we were actually on last night. So it's Thursdays at 8 p.m. And I don't know whether this is strange or not, but I do actually watch the sessions. I do actually watch myself and the team live. I'm really enjoying the show. I had a ball of the time actually recording the show, but to watch back now and see how they've edited everything, put it together, and the banter between the team, the arguments, the drama, and the deals, is it really puts everything into perspective, and being able to see what I'm part of now just really puts a smile on my face. If you are not watching, you really should. Anyone that is interested in property would enjoy this. And actually, I've had a few of you reach out to me and say, I'm not normally interested in property, however, noticed that you were on a TV program, so watched it anyway, and really thoroughly enjoyed it. Not entirely sure how to take that. I think it really is tailored to property people. However, it is very funny, very entertaining, and lots of drama. So if you're interested in business or property, or you just want to have a good giggle at me and some of the stupid things I say, along with some of the very good advice I give as well, tune in on Thursdays at 8 p.m. on Sky Channel 186. If you don't have Sky, you can actually watch on Property TV, and we will be putting all of the episodes on our website, and you'll be able to view the entire Series 6 once it's completed. But again, watch the show. Great bit of TV, and really enjoying being part of that panel and part of Property Elevator. It is very much similar to Dragon's Den, which is a lot of feedback that I've had from so many of you, and thank you for that as well. I was really quite nervous about doing the show, and being the only female as well, and coming in at season 6 or series 6, where the show was already established, but I've had so much positive feedback about the show, me being part of the show, and how it has helped you, and how much you're enjoying it. So thank you so much for the feedback. It's been great boost for my confidence, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. So see, episode 4 was on last night. So episode 5 will be out on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock UK time. Tracy's put on here again on your YouTube channel as well, Property TV UK official channel. There you go. Tracy's very much my admin this morning. Thank you so much, Tracy. Right. So I'm at the Grand Design Show today, and then tomorrow I am actually at the Property Investor Show. So I've been invited along. As you know, we would usually exhibit with the Property Investor Show. The only reason we haven't this year is because we've got so many other events on. However, I will actually be speaking on 3 different panels throughout the day. So the panel discussions are going to be... Oh, I really should look at this. So there's 3 different panel discussions. One of them is about high-end HMOs, the audience, the demand, how do you check that out, and how that strategy has changed over the years and changing in the future as well. It's with a phenomenal group of individuals, mainly all women as well, which is really quite unusual, and I'm excited to be part of that panel discussion. The other is to do with commercial conversions, PD, and the changes within the market as a result of all of that, and what we're focusing on right now, challenges, and the pros and cons around that particular strategy. So a very interesting panel to be part of. And then one that's very close to my heart, as I am a judge for the Property Investor Awards with Pease and the Property Investor Bureau. That is a panel and it's called the Winners Panel. So I naturally like to be part of that. But the Winners Panel is really talking about what it takes to be an award-winning property investor and to bring forward an award-winning property deal. And again, you have many of the judges that actually select and shortlist all of the individuals that will be up for the award awards this year. And yes, again, very excited to be part of that panel. They are also exhibiting, so if you are visiting the show, go and see their stand. Not entirely sure what stand it is until I turn up tomorrow, but it will be in the manual, so you will be able to look at all of the talks, so many different talks on in different seminar rooms. There will be something for everyone at this show. You can register for free. It is today and tomorrow. Of course, if you'd like to come and say hi to me, I am there all day tomorrow. Just pop a message to me if you have my direct number, my email address, or reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll make sure I can sit down with you for 5 or 10 minutes and have a coffee. And then again, I actually don't have the official information on this yet, but however, they did actually call me a couple of days ago to say that we, as in Your Freedom Empire, have been shortlisted again for Best Property Educator of the Year. Now, as you know, we are already the current winners for 2022, and that's all down to you. Everyone that's come through Your Freedom Empire, everyone that has had any training with us, listened to our podcasts, follows our pages, watches Property Elevator, it doesn't matter. So it all came down to you. It is the public vote, and it really is the best way to choose a winner, I think. So we're delighted to have been shortlisted again, and we will need your vote. So keep an eye out for that, and stay tuned for more information. I'm sure voting will open up soon, but hopefully we'll lift that trophy for 2023 as well, which would just be a phenomenal achievement and a great close to the end of 2023, which has been an unbelievably busy year. So I'm going to jump off camera now and give you what you're all waiting for, which is the UK property market update. Right, so where do we start? So much drama since the last time I spoke to you. I know that you may have had updates from Your Freedom Empire, but this is really coming from me. So I'm going to first of all look at Zoopla House Price Index and what they say. However, the information, while it is Zoopla House Price Index, is actually coming from Inside Conveyancing. If you're not registered with them, it's a great newsletter. Do sign up to them. I believe there is a fee. However, it's very much good, solid information, and it is from the conveyancing world as well. So very much what properties are being valued at and all things like that. So I really like the data that they put out and where they select the data from. So Zoopla House Price Index shows 12% more buyers in the housing market over the past month. However, buyers market remains with an average discount of around £12,000 to achieve a sale. Of course, that is off the national average. Key points from this publication, though, was demand for homes improves for the first time since spring. There are 12% more buyers in the market over the last 4 weeks, although demand still remains a third lower than a year ago, which of course was the height of the market. Buyers appear unwilling to compromise on the size of the property they're looking for, despite having 20% less buying power now due to higher mortgage rates. Would-be buyers are waiting for falling house prices or mortgages rates to get back into the market. So very much a waiting game at the moment for many people. UK house prices have fallen by 0.5% over the last 12 months. Prices are on track to be around 2 to 3% lower by the end of the year, but they are still 17% higher than pre-pandemic levels. So it's important to put all of this data into perspective. A buyer's market continues with the discount to the asking price for newly agreed sales averaging out around 4.2%, and that's where the 12,125 figure really comes from. That's below the asking price as well. So discounts to the asking price to achieve a sale are highest in London and the South East, where they are pushing at around the 4.8%. So good news, improvements to buyers' demand and sales agreed, which is great. The decline in buyer demand over the summer months as mortgage rates increased has now started to reverse, which is great news, especially for those that are selling. While inquiries to estate agents are up 12% since August bank holiday weekend. The uptick in inquiries is partly seasonal, but also reflects improvement consumer confidence as well, which is at a 2-year high, and homeowners' expectations of lower mortgages, which are currently on track to fall below 5%. The closer rates get to 4%, the more buyers will come back into the market, further, of course, supporting that demand and sales agreed. Demand has improved across all regions in the UK, noticeably in the southern England, where inquiries for homes have been weakest throughout 2023. Demand is up by 19% in the southeast, and over the past 3 weeks, and 16% in London also. So the number of new sales agreed has also increased and is closely now tracking levels 2019. So again, kind of further supports that correction, not a crash type of statement I've been putting out. So buyers remain unwilling to compromise despite lower buying power. So despite mortgage rates over 5% delivering a significant 20% reduction in households' buying power compared to, of course, 2022, home hunters remain unwilling to compromise on the size of the home they're looking to buy. This is highlighted by the share of buyers' demand by property type and size, which is virtually the same as a year ago, with many buyers holding out for either a falling house prices or mortgage rates. So many, as I said, choosing to play that waiting game. But I guess to summarise all of that, it's not all doom and gloom. And when reading headlines, we should always look at the small print and actual data comparing markets. We should always know, we always knew there needed to be a market correction, and we've always maintained that that needed to happen. 2022 was a crazy market and not sustainable at the growth that we were seeing. So to compare data with this, in my opinion, has always been unrealistic. And really, when we're comparing data, we should be looking at levels of around 2019 and 2020. So let's moving on from the residential market, let's have a look at commercial for a moment, because there's been some good news actually. And so great news for those that own commercial properties. So the British Federation, or I can't speak this morning. So the British Property Federation, which is not great as I'm going to be speaking most of the day and all of tomorrow. So hopefully I get over that and stop biting my tongue. So the British Federation has called for empty rates relief to be extended to 12 months to help owners of vacant property shops. Business rates system has needed to be reformed and rethought, as it hasn't been fit for purpose for many years now, and it is something that we've spoken about many times on this show over the last 3 years. So with the British Property Federation, which we'll call BPF, calling upon the government to urgently extend the period of business rates relief for empty properties from 3 months to 12 months, and to reintroduce a 50% rate cut for long-term empty stores. This is a step in the right direction. And great news. So currently owners of vacant shops have a 3-month exemption from business rates to allow time to upgrade stores as necessary and to let them out to new tenants. However, new research undertaken with local data company highlights that far more time is needed to find a new tenant and relet empty shops. So data of 1,035 retail locations, including high street shopping centres and retail parks, comprising more than 124,000 individual shops, shows that over the last 2 years, less than 1 in 10, that's 9%, of empty units have been relet within 6 months. Almost a third, that's 31%, empty shops took more than 2 years to be reoccupied. And I guess this is one of the downsides of commercial. So yet the commercial element of property investing is fantastic. I absolutely love commercial. It is much more hands-off. Tenants tend to stay longer, and your costs of running that property, etc., is quite often, if you're on an FRI lease, all passed over to the tenant that is in occupation, which is great news. It means that we get great cash flow, long-term security, great tenants. However, when a commercial property is empty, it does become a liability to you during the phase that you are reletting that property, and it does take longer naturally to let a commercial property than the norm of your residential realm. So it's just important to always remember that. And it is one of the downsides, but there's many upsides of investing in commercial properties. So the data shows a regional disparity across the UK, with around 4% of empty stores in Yorkshire relet within 6 months, along with 5% in the east of the Midlands and North in the east, compared to 13% in the south and Greater London. And so the data shows that reletting empty stores is challenging across all location types, with a 9.9% of high street stores reoccupied in 6 months, compared to 7.5% at shopping centres and 10.3% at retail parks. So good news, though, that the BPF have pointed out that the current systems of empty rates is fundamentally unfair to property owners who can face high rates of liability on premises without any rental income. So fingers crossed, they get their voice heard by the government and the government starts playing ball. So let's have a look at what's going on in the rental market then. So we've had 18 months of double-digit rental inflation. Great for landlords, but not so great for tenants. However, demand for rental homes or rented homes is slowing off, but rental supply still remains low, keeping an upward pressure on rents. So demand for rented homes is 20% lower than a year ago, but still a whopping 51% above the 5-year average. So again, perspective. The number of homes for rent is 20% higher than a year ago, but remains 30% below average for this time of the year. So this supply and demand mismatch is an established feature of the rental market across all regions and continues throughout the UK. Annual UK rental growth is currently at 10.5%, so it's down from 12.1% a year ago as demand moderates and supply slowly improves. So rental growth has been running in double digits for 18 months. Average rents have increased by around £110 per month over the last year, an annual increase of around £1,320. So over the last 3 years, rents for new lets are up by an average of 2,772p per year. compounding costs of living pressure for renters, of course. The affordability of renting will of course be important and is an important role to play on the rental growth in coming months. So with that, moving on to national minimum wage. So national minimum wage is set to go up again, which of course will improve people's affordability. So naturally we'll move on to that. So our lovely friend Jeremy Hunt plans to announce a hike in national living wage to, I believe it's at least £11 an hour, from £10.42p per hour. The announcement was made at the governing Conservative Party's conference in Manchester. It's set to boost earnings for about 1.7 million people from April, when it will take effect. Got to love Jeremy Hunt, or not. Most cases not. So also, while talking about our beloved Conservative Party, last month, Mr. Sunak removed targets for mortgage lenders that would have forced them to ensure the properties on their loan books have energy performance certificates, so that's your EPC ratings of C or better by 2023. He said he wanted to ease the burden of net zero on families and working people. So all this race to get our properties at C or above by 2025 and then 2028 is now, it seems, on the back burner. I'll keep you updated with any further news on this, but this will of course ease the pressure on the race to improve the energy performance of your properties, and hopefully the lenders will take note and follow suit and not penalise as a result of not being C or above. So what else is going on? There's so much news this month. Okay. So bad news about HS2. So I've been banging on about HS2 for, well, God, years. Don't even know how many years. Got to be at least 5 years. But maybe even more than that, actually, thinking about it now. So we have had some bad news this week about HS2. So the HS2 to Manchester has been axed in favour of Network North. Google that, Google Network North, and you'll be able to get a hell of a lot of information on there. But yes, HS2 has been axed, so the leg into Manchester is no longer going to happen. So Rishi Sunak, in his closing speech to Conservative Party conference, said he ignores warning signs from his party, regional mayors and businesses, and axes phase 2 of the High Street Speed Rail line, but he promises to spend the cash on hundreds of other projects. What they are, we're not entirely sure. Andy Street, who is of course the mayor of West Midlands, has had a bit of a wobbly over this and announced he would resign, but then didn't, and has since pledged his support to his party and Sunak. So bit of a, I don't want to swear, but a bit of a beep show comes to mind. I believe this is a big mistake personally, but it all adds to the drama of this month. And in actual fact, when we look at everything that has happened this month, majority of it is positive and in favour for us as investors and landlords, both on residential side and commercial. So not all bad news. So that's the update for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm going to jump back on camera. If you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat box. I can't see any coming through as of yet. I'm going to just quickly let you know about, of course, you can watch Property TV, their YouTube channel, or ours. So Your Freedom Empire has all of the episodes from Property TV. of which you can go and watch from Property Question Time, Property Elevator, and so many more. It's not just me. You don't have to tune in to watch me. They have a hell of a lot of industry experts with all different views, all different outlooks, and different strategies as well. So very much informative channel for you to be part of. And then, of course, we have our wonderful Property Success Convention. This is a one-day event where it is jam-packed full of content, talking all things property, going through all of the strategies that you can adopt, looking at deals, how to put deals together, how to structure finance around those deals, how to look at demand, supply, what is competitive pricing, how do you jump on board with that and move forward with confidence. For those of you that are looking to become sourcing agents or are looking to get into the property industry, it's a fantastic day. It is by far the best one-day event, and I say that with confidence because I know and I've attended them, and I deliver this. This is a jam-packed, content-filled day, and you can walk away with enough information to be able to get started. And the idea of this day is that you do that. You make some money from property, and then you come back through us for a mentorship program and that hand holding to move your business forward and to the next level. We have phenomenal feedback about our Property Success Convention, and it's always positive. So if you haven't attended, I know that some of you have, jump on and fill your boots, and hopefully we see you when you're successful coming through our mentorship program at a later date. And of course, we do consultation calls, so you can get a 30-minute free consultation call with one of our mentors. Most of you actually asked for me, and while I'm flattered, it doesn't only have to be me. It can actually be any of the mentors. We have 11 mentors. They're all successful within their own right, and they're all fantastic with the same ethos and to belong to your freedom empire. So they're full of knowledge, experience, learnings, and can answer any of your questions. So feel free to book a consultation call in. I do apologize for those that I did have to cancel over the last month due to personal reasons. And hopefully the team have reached out to you to book that in. If not, jump on the link now. I'm sure they have, because I've seen some emails go out. But if they haven't, or if you would like to book a call in with me or one of the team just to discuss your current situation and how we can help you, feel free to do that with the QR code on screen right now, or visit our website, and it is under the free toolkit. And that's it. Quick, short and sweet today. I do have a hell of a lot to jump onto. It is going to be a very, very busy weekend, and I'm sure I've lost my voice already, but I'm sure I won't be able to talk by the time Monday comes. But it's been wonderful to be back, and thank you all for tuning in and watching. And I'm going to say have a wonderful Friday, an excellent weekend, stay safe, be positive, take action, and I'll see you all again next month. Goodbye for now.